Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I will be bringing you guys my recap of day 2 of the Washington Commanders training camp. AGG retired, the offense struggled, the defense dominates. So we'll talk about that and much more, including some highlights and some of the biggest plays from today. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content, also with that like button, and turn on those notifications. And also, check out Real-Time Fantasy Sports link in the description. Great fantasy football and baseball site. Now let's get right into it. We'll start off with the highlights. We got a bunch of different highlights for you. Some quarterback, Wentz, Howell. We got some Cam Sims in there, Terry McLaurin, and much more.
It's been a while, man.
I believe it.
Okay, so let's start off with kind of the big news of the day, and it's not anything crazy, but it was a little bit surprising. So, Ron Rivera announced that Antonio Gandy Golden has retired from football and he's going back to school. So, definitely not something I was expecting. I was kind of expecting that maybe AGG would compete if, for a roster spot, not as a third tight end, but as a fourth guy between like Sammis Reyes, Armani Rogers, Curtis Hodges, and guys like that. So it's not like we're losing a guy that was going to be a key contributor, but I thought he would have a chance, not a great chance, but a small chance to make the roster as a tight end if they kept 4. And good for him that he's going to go back to school and pursue his degree and further his education. But a little bit weird that he's doing it on the second day. And I know that he probably saw I'm probably not going to be able to beat these guys out, but I think maybe you give it a little bit more than 2 days. But it is what it is. Hope wish nothing but the best for him. Wasn't a great Ron Rivera / Kyle Smith pick in the 4th round. Didn't do anything his rookie year. Last year was on the practice squad for the whole year, and now he's retiring from football. Wish the best for him, but yeah, wasn't a great pick by Ron Rivera and company, and Kyle Smith was included in that. So now let's go on to some of the takeaways from today. So the offense had a really rough day. Almost everyone who was there said that. Also, the defense is having a good day. You can decide which is better. We'll go through it. And then injury update, Antonio Gibson was on the side field again today. He did some very light work with the other backs before practice started. And then Chase Young, Logan Thomas are also at the training staff. So he was doing some work before, it started. I think the media members were saying that. So I'm not really concerned about the injury per se. I'm just more concerned about him continuing to get injured. Like, this injury, it's a 0 out of 10 in terms of like how it's going to impact him being ready for week 1, but in terms of like my concern about him always getting injured, that's where I'm a little bit concerned, because he just always has these minor injuries. But I think he'll be fine. Next week, he'll probably be back 100%, if not the end of next week or the week after that. He should be good to go. Not very concerned about that at all. And we'll see, maybe in the next few days, maybe Chase Roulier or others will start to get off the PUP list. So, takeaways, from Matthew Paris. I love that he does this right here. He says, Cole Holcomb with the camp's first takeaway, who just picked off Carson Wentz thanks to a diving breakup from Kendall Fuller. Good effort. So Kendall Fuller had a really good today and a good day today. And he said Washington has largely chose to deploy 3 cornerback sets rather than 3 safeties. St. Juice continues to get the nod over Danny Johnson, and I like that. You want to play your young guy over the guy who's like a backup, I think, at best. So that's good to see right there. I don't know if he put it in this thread, but I saw a tweet that when they had a 3 linebacker set, it was Cole Holcomb, Jamin Davis, and Khalil Hudson instead of David Mayo. So that's interesting for sure. And then I also saw something where Jamin Davis had a nice play. He had a pass breakup, couldn't quite get the interception though. And then Trey Turner was not there for practice. Maybe it's like a vet day, or I don't know, maybe a personal thing. So Sadiq Charles was getting the right guard reps. And also, Cornelius Lucas is not off the non-football illness list, or not football injury list, or whatever list he's on. I think it might be an illness list. But, he was back there today, and he's, going to be back soon. And then Montez Sweat was dominating today. He says, "Don't send no tight end over," he yells after taking advantage of the mismatch. And, this is a big year for him. I think this is going to be the first year where he has double-digit sacks. We'll see. And then he said the defense has absolutely crushed the offense so far early into camp, but this is even more severe than yesterday. I'm not tracking completion numbers, but it'd be ugly if I was. And then he said day 2 ends with an interception. Cole Kelly was picked off twice in the last session. Wentz's group, though, probably had the best stretch of the day. Jahan Dotson with a nice catch down the sideline. But for the most part, a rough day for the offense. So, there's a lot of new parts in the offense, so it's going to take them a while, and usually it does. But, hopefully we can see some better things from the offense in the next week or so. So let's move on. Let's see. Carson Wentz just completed a 10-ish yard into Curtis Samuel, who then proceeded to put a nasty step back juke on Benjamin St. Juste. Good to see Samuel making moves like that. And, guys who are, dealing with groin injuries and are super sore usually aren't able to make moves like that. So it's good, or at least aren't able to make moves like that without re-injuring it. And it looks like he didn't re-injure it. We'll see tomorrow if he's actually back. He should be. But that's good news for sure. And Terry McLaurin talked about it after, saying it gave him flashbacks to his Ohio State days when they played together. So that is good to hear for sure. And, hopefully the, team posts that on their site, because I definitely want to see it. And I'm going to talk about the fan lottery at the end of the video, because I'm kind of upset about that. Let's see. Now let's kind of go through play-by-play. Shout out Zach Selby, putting out all these plays that happened today. He said Jeremy Reese had a nice pass breakup from Howell intended for Kelvin Harmon. We talked about that interception right there. The defense has been all over the offense after Holcomb's pick. Jamin Davis nearly had a one himself, and Christian Holmes had a PBU. Heard some good things about Christian Holmes too. I think he could surprise some people and be a really solid player for them. I think right now he's the 4th corner on the depth chart. I think so. Zach Selby says Dax Milne has been pretty reliable so far. Had a few grabs yesterday and already 2 today, and that was early in the practice. And he said Fuller provides solid coverage on De'Ami Brown again and forces an incompletion. Chris Harris is very amped about how the defense is playing. And then Chris Paul got demolished by Shaka Toney, who had a clear path to Howell. So, Shaka Toney's competing for a roster spot. He made it last year as a rookie and had a few nice moments last year, but let's see if he can build on that. And then let's see. Fuller has been one of the clear standouts today. Just blew up another play, this time to Curtis Samuel. We talked about that Montez Sweat play where he said, "Don't put a tight end on me." And then we also talked about that Curtis Samuel move. And then Zach Selby again says Christian Holmes has put together a really good day, just had another PBU. So again, I really think he can make an impact this year, and he's definitely making the roster. The cornerback depth isn't great, but if he's able to play solid, the cornerback depth is going to be better than expected. So it really depends on him and Benjamin St. Juste how this cornerback room is going to be. And then Wentz just laid one out to Jahan Dotson off his back foot. Dotson made a catch over his shoulder near the sideline. So those two are continuing to develop, pretty much leaving right where they left off in OTAs, because those two had some great chemistry. And then Wentz airs it out again to Terry McLaurin this time, but it falls incomplete. Troy Apke with the coverage. Man, I'm surprised Troy Apke's covering Terry, but it was incomplete, so I guess he did a good job. And then Montez Sweat's been in the backfield a lot today, and then Ron Rivera was having a lengthy chat with the players after practice. So let's see if there's anything major from in terms of the press conference. Rivera said the connection between Bob McCain and Cam Curl has been very strong, and anything else. So nothing major besides that. Now let's talk about the fan lottery for training camp because there was almost no one there. I think there was a picture. I don't know who put it up. I guess I'll search it. I think Nikki Jabala had one right here. So let's go to that. But it was like pretty sad right here. The fan turnout for day 2 of the Commanders training camp. So I'm sure it was more than this. But like, it just, the fan lottery, the way they did it, it just, first of all, they only had like very few people get the actual tickets. And then out of those people, there's always going to be people that don't go. And like, I really want to go this year and I'm not able to go. And I just think that, I mean, you look at the amount of people that are actually there. I mean, it's probably less than 100 in this one, maybe a little bit more. They just didn't take a great picture. But like, a lot more people could have been there. I'm seeing training camp photos from other teams where it's absolutely loaded. It's loaded, and here they're at like 2% capacity. And I really think they should have done a better system than just a fan lottery. And yeah, I mean, I like that they're making the, August 6th practice available to everyone. But I don't know. I'm upset about that because I really wanted to go this year. And I didn't get into the lottery. I didn't win it, so not able to go this year. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So now on to kind of some of the standouts from the day, just kind of from what I saw on Twitter. Christian Holmes, great day from him, hearing good things about him. Kendall Fuller probably was the MVP from today. And then Montez Sweat as well. Those guys all dominated on the defensive side of the ball today. And then on offense, really didn't hear amazing things from anyone besides maybe like Dax Milne. Heard some good things about him. And Jahan Dotson made a nice play. I think they said it was the play of the day for the offense. So the offense is struggling. I'm not too worried about it really, like until probably next week. If it continues every single day for the next week or two, then that's when I'm kind of starting to get a little bit concerned. But second day of the defense dominating, it's fine. I'm not too concerned about it. And I think as the offense, a lot of new pieces on the offense, they're going to gel. It's going to take a little bit longer for them to gel. The defense is mostly the same from last year. So that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, check out Real Time Fantasy Sports. Also, hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Peace, guys.